On this episode, of the HomeWrencher, we're working on Traversety, and we're going to put a fuel pumpulator in it and a fuel tank pressure sensor switch thing. So, first thing we'll do, I'm going to go get my jack stands. Yes, a guy's got some jack stands now. Imagine that. Who'd have thunk it? I'm going to jack up this side only and kind of get it leaning like that. Like, we're going to jack it up because I'm going to need the jack to lower the fuel tank down. It's been running for 16 days trying to get fuel out of it because it was full to the top because Mama Bunny forgot that I needed to do this and filled it all the way up the other day. So, you know. We'll be right back. Alright, so we kind of sort of got it jacked up. You can see. Got the new up. That wasn't supposed to happen. But it did. So scared the fire right out of me. I'm gonna find a nice place to put this. Well, there ain't really much of anywhere I can put them. Maybe right there. Let's see what that does. That should be okay. I'm fat, don't laugh. Yes, that's perfect. Alright, that seems level enough. Should be high enough for what we're doing. That might fall and knock my teeth out, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. Look at there. It's like it was made for it. Alright, so I had to take the tools out of Project S Escalade because Mama Bunny's out running around everywhere. Whew, I am out of breath. So I'm going to go get my tools, bring them over here, get me another cold snack, and let's get fuel tank out of here. Alright, so one of the things I like to do before getting started with any fuel system issues, I like to depressurize the fuel system. Now, on these GMs here, these, I think 9 through 14, you open the fuse box junction underneath the hood, and you look, there's usually a 25 amp fuse that'll say FSCM. And that's Fuel System Control Module, which is what got unplugged and messed up back here when they run over that junk. So we're going to pull that fuse while it's running and let it run the fuel out of the system and depressurize. Now, probably one of the most important tools that you could ever keep in your tool bag or your toolbox is this tool right here. This right here helps a lot. Reviewed. All right, let's pull that FSCM fuse. See what we get. It's sput putter and butt sputter putter. There we went. So essentially right now we should have a depressurized fuel system, and it should be safe to go ahead and break loose connectors. A lot of these have quick connect fuel fittings on these. So let's crawl in here and put a jack on it and take the strap bolts loose. Now 15 millimeter on your impact driver, or if you don't have that, 3/8 drive, 1/2 inch drive. It's 15 millimeter. Don't have to be a deep, can be a shallow. I just happened to grab this one and it fits up in there good. So we're going to zip zap those out. We're going to disconnect a couple connectors, one by the back by the FSCM, which is the harness that runs to the tank. That don't have a safety clip in it. You can just depress the little tab on the side and pull it apart. Pretty simple. Then we're going to go around and make sure evap lines are pulled loose and any other harnesses, and we got to disconnect the fuel fill. It's not going to come out without the fuel fill disconnected, and that's pretty simple. You just take a 8 millimeter, 7 millimeter maybe, and run out the screws on the worm gear screws on the hose clamps on either end. It's where you can rotate it, and then as you drop it, you can spin it and just pull it right off. There's a vent line next to it. You want to make sure you disconnect that too, and that's got like a green clip in there, and you push the two edges in, push in, and then pull out, and it comes undone. Just all quick release. Well, let's get to it. You know, I might want to turn the key back off inside there. Hi, how are you? Okay. I'm pulling the fuel fill neck clamp screws right now. I'm just using a standard screwdriver. Oh, ain't that cute? Somebody never even tightened this one up. It's just floppulating around under here. That's all good. That's what I needed today. Yeah. Oh man, I can just take it right. Oh wow. Come on, man. People do better. You work on something, put it back the way you find it. Don't take something apart and leave it. Oh man, come on. What in the mother father sewing britches? Alright, there's that one disconnected. We're going to disconnect this rear harness back here. And push in. And push in and pull out. Had to do that twice, guys. First time I said push in, and well, it didn't push in. It slipped off the thing. So always jam your screwdriver in the ground in the dirt like that. That way it'll rust. Works perfect. hear a lot of people complain about how hard it is to put a fuel tank in and out of a car. It's not that hard, guys. It's really not. It's fairly easy. The whole thing is, I think I may have let this thing run just long enough. The whole thing is getting the straps out of your way. Now, trucks that have drive shafts in the way, of course, they're going to be a little harder. But these here, once you get the strap unbolted from that end, you're going to push and twist. And it's got like a little T on it. Get your fat arm out the way. And there it is. Bada bing, bada boom. You'll see there's a little notch, there's a hole cut. You know, it comes pretty much self-explanatory. But to each his own, and everyone's different with their situation in their vehicle. Everybody's vehicles are different. This will apply to like Acadias, Envoys. What's the other? Not the Traverse. I got the Traverse. The Buick Enclaves, and pretty much all the SUVs that are shaped like this. They're all going to be pretty much the same. I'm going to get a jack under the center here and get some pressure on it. And go ahead and get the other straps out. Now, for you at home, you pull these straps out, take you a screwdriver or something, and put a scribe on there. Draw a C. Okay, that was my center. So I got a C on there. That way I know that's my center strap, and I'm not going to sit here and go, George, which one was it? I don't know. I can pick it up, see the C on there, go right to it. Piece of tape, Sharpie, or just write on it with a Sharpie. And, you know, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Oh, did y'all hear that? My back just popped. That kind of felt good. So we're going to find the center here, and luckily GM shows you the center on these. So there's a little spot. It almost looks like it was made for a jack to sit in. So we're going to do the right thing and put it right there. We're going to drop these other bolts out the way and get these other straps out and lower this thing down and see what we get. Now, somebody stripped out this rear strap bolt for me, so it may or may not give me trouble. Oh, yeah. Y'all can't see it. I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, that's stripped out real nice. We'll figure something out with that. Wish I had a creeper. If any of you guys love me and you like my show and you want to help a fella out, you want to send me some crap, I'm not telling you got to send me nothing. I mean, you don't have to, but, you know, some people like to do that kind of stuff. But if any of y'all want to send me something, send me creepers, tools, I don't know, Harbor Freight gift cards or something, you know. I'm not telling you to go run and do nothing. I don't want you to leave my channel or get upset at me. There's people that like to send people stuff on YouTube that, you know, they're fans and, you know, they like to support them and whatnot. I don't want donations, yeah. I don't want donations. I don't want charity. I want to build my channel and get better and give you guys good quality content. And, you know, it takes money to do that. And I work 6, sometimes 7 days a week to take care of my family. And then I take my spare time after spending it with my family and I do this stuff for you guys. You know, I don't want nobody to go out of their way and try to send me anything. I'm not begging for money. But if anybody did want to send me something, that's what I need, is stuff to get more tools so I could do more content for you guys. Or, you know, eventually maybe it turns into super chats and all that good stuff on there, and I can use that money to go get more vehicles for revivals to put on the channel. Now this is the rear, so we're going to scribe a R. We got center, rear. Now we're going to drop the front after I get another sip of PBR. Now in the other video I told you guys, my son was at Walmart yesterday with his mother and he got me this awesome shirt. These colors don't run. And I'm a strong-backed American, and this right here is the description of me to the T. These colors don't run. I'm 100% American all the way to the bone, all the way to the core. I love America. I love my country. I love my people in this country of all color, of all races, of all size, shape, and gender, whatever. I love everybody the same. There's two types of people in this world. It's not color. It's not ethnicity or where you're from. There's two types of people in this world. You're either a good person or you're a piece of trash. Which one you decide to be is all entirely up to you. But I hope you decide to be a good person, because I'd like to meet y'all guys one day. And hopefully all the good people are on my channel. You know, I love you guys just as much as anything else. Enough tear jerking. Let's get this front strap out. After I get me another little shot of Pabar. Refueled. Yeah, look at the threads on that thing. They had that thing jammed in there, only had like one thread on it, so I'm gonna have to. I don't have a tap and die set. That's another thing I need to invest in, but I'm gonna try to do something with this and see if I can't get it back in there, because I mean, two straps to hold it, but I want it right. My family's in this vehicle. My wife's driving it. This is replacing the Highlander we sold. I'm a GM guy, if you haven't noticed yet. And I wanted to have the GM vehicles in my driveway. Something about a GM vehicle, I just trusted. You know, it's been in my generation, in my family for generations, the GM vehicles, and I just trust them, you know? All right, third strap. And then we got a little access plate up here that protects the fuel lines, which is right there in the way, which is okay. We're gonna pull that out the way, and there's some more fuel lines I gotta take loose. And I'm gonna see if this second catalytic converter on this thing has an O2 sensor on it. I don't think it does, and I think I'm going to eliminate that thing altogether. And I'm going to get that dual exhaust set up that I found at the other salvage yard. It goes in right here at the muffler. And we're going to put those dual exhausts on this thing. Them dual pipelators. Wife said she likes that. I showed her another one that some guy on another channel on here. If I remembered his name, I'd give him a shout out, but it sounded really good. So she liked it, I liked it, so that might be something on the channel here soon. And third strap later's off. And this will be the front flamer. Now to take this front access plate off, it's a 10 millimeter. I'm sorry I'm not on here with the camera showing you guys all this stuff. As it goes back together, I'll point things out. It's just kind of hard to do this right now and stabilize things, keep it from falling on my head with one hand until I can get a GoPro and mount it on a hat or something, or one of them little hat mount cameras that I can utilize and go back and forth with a jump drive or something. I'm just going to have to do it this way for now, and I apologize. And you know, as I grow, as my channel grows, you know, I'll get better, and I'll have better camera equipment and better setups. Until then, you know, I can only give you what I can. All right, we're going to put an F on here for front, because as you see, they're all different. Actually, I think front and center may be, no, see, they're all different. See, and this one's really different here. It's a lot longer and taller and stuff, so. Yep. All right, and get me a 10 millimeter and crawl under there and pull that other stuff loose. Get those front lines discoed, and Let's see if we can get this fuel tank drop and get this pump lighter in there. Do I got a 10 mil and big stuff here? Now, why would you go? Oh, okay. Yep, I do. I'm flapping my lips before seeing if I know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying either. Sometimes I confuse myself. My daggum vape quit working, so I had to get some old skull pouches. They just call them things bandits. They're just skull pouches now. What happened to being called bandits? Those were my favorite ones when I was a kid because I didn't like all that backer in my teeth and worm dirt, as we called it. And then Kodiak come out, and that stuff was amazing. Now that stuff's like outrageously expensive. And then Grizzly comes out, and Grizzly's pretty good. But now there's a knockoff of Grizzly. It's called Cougar. Not to be confused with your next door neighbor's wife. But it's pretty good too. My brother uses it. And I don't use tobacco much anymore. I smoked for almost 30 years and I quit. And I use a vape from time to time, to get that little edge off. But sometimes when you get out of here and having a couple cold snacks and doing something, you need a little kick of nicotine. So I don't recommend it. Any of you at home, kids, don't smoke, don't drink, don't vape. You're going to build a habit that you can't kick, and it's not worth it. And you know what? It costs money, and that's money you could be buying parts for your cars with. So don't do drugs, don't smoke, don't vape, don't drink. That's my advice. Whether you follow it, that's your choice. We all have our own free will that God gave us. So do as you wish. Everybody says do as I say, not as I do. Well, sometimes you follow that, but some people just want to preach, and what do they give to you? I'm going to need a depilator one here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to need a deep one. And it's got one oddball on there. And wouldn't you know, I didn't see that before I got under there. So I need a deep. deep. I need a adapter and a 10 milliliter depilator. Where you at? Right there. Put that on there, my little adapter. And I'm not gonna lie, I came back out so I can get another drink of beer. It's good. It really is good today. This is a good day for beer. Just bear with me here. Get it? Beer. Beery. Beer. Oh, I just said Derek's last name. Sorry. Is that why you like cold snacks, Derek? Because your name kind of sounds like you're saying beery. I don't know. Help me understand here. Uh-oh. Oh, there you went. I found it. All right, so once again, we got those little clips up here, and we got a couple fuel lines. We got a disco, and there's a pressure switch up here, another one. So we're going to get our screwdriver, if I can reach it. Pull these out. Well, I sound like I'm out of breath, don't I? Need to take a break from the cold snack, maybe. That's unplugged. That's unplugged. Now this clip here, you got to like push in 2 little tabs and then push it out. And then you can slide it off. You get a screwdriver behind it. I'll show you guys, like I said, on the tail end of the video, putting them back together. Come on out of there. There it is. Hey, we got a little... But I got sunglasses on. Oh, goodness. That went right in my eye. Burning my retinas. Oh. Oh. Oh, Hogan, help me. Oh. Oh. That's why it's good to wear sunglasses, safety glasses when you're underneath. Sometimes the safety squints don't always give you the safety you need. Now, I could have just had gasoline in my eye. So sometimes I use some safety. Not always, but sometimes it's a good idea. All right, so let's let this tank down and see what we got. Everything's disconnected, so let's see what we got. That's not good. That's wanting to roll. And I don't want it to roll. Okay, there we go. And slide it in there a little bit more. That thing's still fuller than... There's another little clip later right here I want to pull out. Once again, I'll show y'all guys that here shortly when we go back under. All right, right now we're just making sure nothing is hanging and catching, because with these modern fuel systems, you do not want to rip a wire, a vacuum line. You want to let that jack down nice and slow. And we're going to stop it, and we're going to go back here and work this filler neck hose attachment off. I'm showing y'all my butt, I'm sorry. But I know I'm a moron, but that's why you're watching me. Ow, that was a finger. That wasn't supposed to make that noise. That was my finger getting pinched. Ricky, you want to let that jack down a little bit for me? Well, what do you mean? What do you mean you're not here? Oh. All right, well, I'll do it. And there we go. It's down. So I'm going to get this jack out from under it. Splash fuel all over the place. Move this jack out of the way, and I'm going to slide this tank out and show y'all what we need to do. Well, there it is. I'm in the way. Buddy man, on his Hurley. I'm going to bring this camera in a little bit closer over here and get a better shot down this fuel pump so y'all can get a better idea of what we're doing. Okay, so now what we want to do now, we want to, oh yeah, look, that's how that's supposed to, no wonder the pressure thing ain't working right. It's not even got the right clip back on it no more. Somebody lost it, I guess. But that's that little part that's in the little GM bag I showed you. Somebody's put a cheap, no, it's got a GM number on it. Bosch, same fuel pump. And this is one of those little clips, like that one under there I was telling you about. And I'm going to show you how that works real quick. Where's my little standard screwdriver I had? Oh no, there it is back here. Okay, so this blue here is like a clip. It's shaped like a C, and it goes around the hose and the line. And what you want to do is get on the bottom of it, kind of push in, and then you can get down in here like this, under it, and kind of rock it back and forth as you twist, and it'll pop. Well, somebody put this one on upside down, so it's going to be fun to get down in there to it. I've got to try to rotate this because somebody put this clip in the wrong way. Yep, always something. Well, I think what we're going to do is go ahead and unhook it. Pull the fuel pump out and then get the module and turn it that way. This, you just kind of lift up right here. Pull this clip back like that. Lift it up like so. And it should release. There you go. That little clip right there, you got to get that out of the way first. And then you can push this down and pull it out like so. We'll get that harness out of the way. This one here, you just kind of squeeze it in. Pull, it'll go around and over, and that one's off. This is the fun one because somebody decided to put it on wrong. So we're going to try to rotate. You heard that clip? It wasn't even in there all the way. We're going to try to rotate it and get down under here and come on, you bugger. Yeah, we're going to have to pull the whole line loose here, which just got some like sticky foam tape over it. Try to pull it loose, just like an anti-vibration. Keeps it down in a little spot. I got some butyl we'll put on there. So all right, there we go. So now we'll move this one out of the way and we'll rotate it. And now you can see how these clips work, and you just squeeze and push. It takes more than one hand, so put it back up here and show you a little better. Take a screwdriver and just kind of push it towards you, and then, why is this thing fighting me? Because I'm on YouTube trying to show you guys. That's why. Never fails. Try to show somebody else something. Always messes up. There we go. We got it. Then we rotate that back around, pull it, and then work it off like so. There we go. That's out of the way. That's off. Now we're going to get the big screwdriver and we're going to take the retaining ring off, and then we're going to go from there. My Australian Shepherd just showed me where my big screwdriver went. My pit bull took off with it, so that's okay. He won't get his extra snack tonight because he stole Daddy's tools. So I'm gonna get you a ham dammer, flathead screwdriver, and you look at it and you can see which direction it goes because of the way it is. Somebody's been in it before, so it turns counterclockwise. It just broke loose, so we'll get it up out of there, pull it off over to the side. See how it just springs up like that? That O-ring wasn't even in there the right way. But in order to get it out of there, there's a hose in here. And what you got to do, you got to reach down in there with your finger and pull that hose up around, because it won't come out the way that it is. So you've got to get that hose up around the unit here. And the way you do that, you kind of tilt it out to the side, get a grab on that hose, and then rotate the whole unit while you're doing it, and then drop that side back and pull it out, just like so. Now, you're going to want to drain it out. That way you don't get it all over yourself. And this fuel tank looks really good. The fuel's really nice and clean. This right here is our culprit. Now, we probably could have pulled this out and cleaned it, made it work. The fuel pump still works. I'll take that out and I'll make me some little clicky clack unit for a revival or something. And we'll utilize it somewhere on the channel. So we got this out of here. We're going to pull this O-ring out. We're going to get some paper towel or rag, and we're going to clean that out where that O-ring goes. I like to put a little oil on the O-ring myself, and then we'll set everything back in for the other one. Okay, we're back. So we got a little motor oil on here. Clean that surface out a little bit with some more gas that was down in there, and then I dipped the rag in and just kind of cleaned it out. Kept the dirt out of the surface. That way, you know, it's going to seal right. Take your O-ring, stick back in that groove. Just don't drop it in the tank like I've done before. It's not fun. And when you look at this, you got to remember the way you took it out. So this tab right here is going to be facing this way, and the hose, the whole deal with that, we got to do the same thing. So you want to get your sending unit in first, then you want to get it down in there to the side, tilt it, walk it down in there. You got to get this end in first. There's a little science that works with this here, and I haven't quite figured it out all the way yet, but you gotta roll it, rotate it, push it, twist it, pee on it, spit on it, you know, like that. All right, so we're in there. If you look right here, there's 2 marks, and it says locator, and that's where that little tab I showed you goes. Get your retainer back out. Get it back over everything down in there. Get it started like so. And then process of install is the reverse of removal. And there's that. We're going to pull this off. Not going to clip it yet because we're going to put this line back in the right way. So we're going to run back underneath everything like so. Remove the cover, of course. Unclipped. Get this back down inside. There's some little divots on the tank where it pops into and snaps in place. Keep it from floppulating all over the place. That little clip I showed y'all guys earlier. Make sure you keep that. That's back in there. Pretty simple. Plug that back in. Now this has the clip in place for that pressure sensor. So maybe we'll get proper fuel tank pressure now. And you know, that's the Bosch part that I ordered. I'm not even going to replace it. I'm just going to leave it alone. It's a brand new pump. It ain't that hard to drop it again if I need to. But there's a fuel pump. It's in. It's really not that hard. This is that other connector that was at the back. It goes by to FSCM. And it's just got a little tab that you push and slide it out. It's pretty simple. We're going to check all our vacuum canister and vapor. Yep, see, that wasn't clicked in either. Make sure all our connections are good on that. Everything's plugged in. It ain't busted or cracked. I'd say, you know, the whole problem was somebody dropped this tank thinking they were going to fix a fuel sending unit by fiddling with it. And, you know, these here, when they go out, That's it, you know. So sometimes the best thing to do is just spend a couple bucks and get the pump assembly and put it in and be done with it. All right, so we're going to slide this back under. And then we're going to reposition our jack and get it back up in there. And as I'm doing that, I'll bring you guys under with the camera and show you all those clips and lines and whatnot and that front splash shield. Be right back. Well, part of my head's missing. That's better. I'm back. Well, the guy's got the tank kind of levitating on a jack. I'm going to flip this camera around and crawl under there and show you how to put these straps in and show you these connectors on these fuel lines and connectors for the fuel pump. And let's hook it back up. Let's set it back down on the ground. Let's put that fuse back in there and see if we get explosions in those 6 chambers in there. All right, so we're back under here and we're going to put this strap back on here that runs from here and across over there. I'm going to show you how to put it back in the hanger, and then we're going to get the bolt started and put a little tension on the bolt with the zippy zap thing here. We're going to come over here and connect these lines and make sure everything's where it belongs and everything's up out of the way, and then put this protective shield back on right here. And then, like I said, we'll see if we can get some Go Fast juice up to the Bang Bang machine and see what it does. Get my big butt under here. Oh. Like somebody went through a gypsum field with this thing. I don't know. Alright, so that's right here. Yeah, we're gonna move it over a little bit. That right there is where your strap goes in. You're gonna get one side in, it's gonna go over, and then you're gonna twist it in and get the other side in, and then you rotate it and it'll sit flat against this and then come back through underneath the tank. So let's get that in there, show you how that works. Put that in then. that in like that, and then twist it, and there you go. That's that. So let's go to the other side and put a bolt in it. I'm sorry I'm fat, guys. I wish I had a lift. It'd be so much easier. So that's in there. And we're gonna lift this thing up a little bit so we get a better bite. Let me do that and I'll be right back because I need 2 hands. All right, so got it strapped in, we got it started. We got bolt in, not tightening it down yet. This wire here, okay, you want to come down here like this and put it through over that frame rail piece right there like that, and then pull it back through like so. And get that little clip through there like that, and then that clips in right there like that, and this comes up here. This is that little red, and you got to pull this out of that clip first before you can use this. Plugs in right there. Bring this back around, line it back up, and that locks it in place, keeps it from just bouncing going down the road. These are empty, open. This is the old fuel pump style junction block. Some of the like Pontiac Transport and Chevy Venture vans had these underneath the passenger compartment on the driver's side. They were bad about getting corrosion in there and the fuel pump cutting down. 0402 04AJ is the part number on that harness, which runs to the fuel pump. Check it out. You may need one. Plug everything back up where it belongs. They just had this thing hanging down here, so you know it's better to put it back as you find it. And even if you didn't find it that way, if it belongs that way, put it back. Now, this little clip, I'm gonna focus. Focus. There you go. If you look, you squeeze these together and it lets this slide off. But you want to line this back up like so. Right, when you put it back together, I'm trying to look at this through the camera and it's not working. You want to line it up, because you got to squeeze it and take another hand, and see, I can't do it with one hand. So let's move over to this one. This is that same unit like it was on the fuel pump. Okay, that just slides on like so, and then this little blue clip, snap, there you go. This pressure switch here just plugs in, clicks, there it is. This is a little strap for holding it, dragging it out from underneath the vehicle or whatever. And I got to put you down so I can hook this one up, because I cannot do that and hold the camera. So maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Come on. Well, help me understand why that don't want to go in there. Well, I'm gonna have to pull this line down here because for some reason this is not going back in too easily. And that's not a pressure line, it's a return line, but still I want it clipped. I'll be right back. All right, so I was able to get where the camera was sitting and twist on it a little bit and got it to snap right in there where it belongs. So we're gonna take the zip-zap machine here and tighten these bolts up. And then we're gonna fire this thing up. Put this jack out of the way. Just make sure they're good and tight. And we got another harness back here in the back to plug in. Let me get back there, I'll show you. Be right back. Okay, so we got this harness here. Now the other day I lost video and audio. This right here is SSCM. And this is where the problem was. And as you see, it's all been replaced. This is a new harness. This was broke, and it's got a clip right here. See that? See how that unplugs? Well, what it was doing, it was broke from where it got hit, and it jerked the spare tire out from under here and everything. And it was just floppulating there, not making contact. And then you couldn't close the harness, and it just kept falling out. That's why it wouldn't run. And, well, that's what I put up and did zip ties over and got it home. So, we're going to plug this this harness back in here. Set you guys down here. Hopefully y'all can see. Heard it click. It's in. And then we got this line right here. Rotate. Make sure our clips are lined up. And 2 clicks were heard. And we're going to tighten these clampulators up right here. Then we're going to see if this thing runs. We'll be right back. All right, so my damn head fell off again. Ah, nag it. There we go. I'm back. So I noticed, hang on a minute. Refueled. I noticed I forgot to show you guys how to put the little splash shield skid plate back over those lines, because we don't want to run over something again and tear something else up again. So we'll go back under there and set up and show you guys how to put the stuff back around the thing. Okay, so we got a little skid plate that goes up here on these studs and some bolts that goes over here. Of course, there's one missing because, well, you know, people take stuff apart and you don't put it back. So I got 2 bolts and a nut here, and I'll find something in my junk drawer and put it back. But this is that little plastic skid plate, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see here. Can y'all see? Maybe? Hope so. I hope you guys can see. Oh, that's why it's missing one, because they broke it. Yeah, now I see. I can see clearly now. You broke the stud. Y'all probably cannot see anything I'm doing, so bear with me. Hopefully you can see now. I can't, so y'all tell me, am I in the, yep, I think it's in there. All this does is just protect those lines from, you know, debris on the road coming up and flapping and smacking and popping and clicking and all that good happy stuff. All right, so we got those started. Got an impact. We're gonna see if we can snap them off. Now we're just gonna, that's it. And that's it. And then there, so you got those 2 right there, and then you got that one right there, and there's supposed to be one right here, but they broke it off, so we'll have to figure something out. Maybe I'll run a self-tapper in it or something. Maybe we'll just leave it alone. Okay, so let's see if we get buzz from the fuel pump, and if we get boom booms from the rotating explosion box. All right, so we're back up off the ground. We're gonna go over here under the hood. You know, I didn't even show you guys this. I cleaned up under this hood yesterday and really made it look good. Yeah, the old barns have been there forever, and 2 years ago I was smoking a brisket and some embers kind of blew out of my smoker and it caught fire and can't use it for nothing no more. The floor is all burned out of it. Landlord's supposed to bulldoze all this crap Amish built a long time ago so I could put me a building in here, but he hasn't done it yet. So I'm looking at moving soon. Hopefully get me a place with a building. That way I can do a little more work. Maybe a lift. Maybe build me a paint booth. I'd like to do a couple restorations. I'm gonna flip you around, let you see what this motor looks like after I detailed and cleaned it. Put that engine cover on. And there's Mama Bunny with Project S Escalade pulling up. Yep, so we're all nice and clean on here. Yep, PBR. So, fuse box. If you look right here, that's that FSCM fuse. It's a 25 amp. We're gonna put it back in. And we're gonna turn on some power and see if we get some juice to the thing. Let's see what we get. I hear a buzzilator. I'm gonna cycle it a few times. Then we got a fuel gauge. Why do we still not have a fuel gauge? Maybe I need to clear that code. But it's running, I think. Yeah, it's running. We're gonna clear this code and see what we get. Well, that fixed it. We got it all taken care of. It's done. It's back together. Travesty is, well, it's a travesty. You know, I mean, what can I say? But Mama Bunny's gonna use this as her daily driver, and trying to get a hold of this guy in Bardstown here and go see if he's got this revival for me ready yet. So, see if HomeWrencher can put a couple videos out for you today. Until then, remember, pick up your tools, go outside, fix your own stuff. If you can fix it, fix it. If not, still fix it. Try it at least. Give it a shot. You might be surprised. HomeWrencher out.